Dun, 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 dun.
While we wait to see if this movie's actually going to come out on time, it's been the big question with this new Bond movie. It's been moved how many times at this point? It was supposed to come out, I don't remember exactly what the first date was. It was like in May or something, but it's been a while. We've all been waiting. So for us Bond movies, or movie fans, more trailers are right up our alley, right? Like, okay, something to get us excited. Now, technically, this trailer came out a while ago. I'm still trying to catch up with a lot of old coverage I haven't gotten on yet, but we have a new trailer number 2, as it's called, for No Time to Die. And based on that first trailer, I was very impressed with a lot of the stuff that we saw. Especially given that this is going to be the ultimate Bond film, the sort of, well, it's actually not sort of, the ultimate film in terms of the Daniel Craig run of the character. Which is really disappointing, because I really liked all the past 4 movies, except for Spectre. Spectre, okay, it's a fine movie, it's well made, it's good, it's just, it kind of was a bit of a downer in terms of what I was expecting from Skyfall, because Skyfall was just so great. My first ever Bond movie, I just still love that film. And Spectre really was kind of like, it was trying to be sophisticated, and it's Sam Mendes, and it was, but it was just kind of like, story-wise, it was not Skyfall. It was kind of a downgrade. So I'm hoping for a lot more with this movie in terms of it being the final Daniel Craig movie. And it looks like it's really paying off so far. But again, it was just the first trailer. Let's see where it goes from here. So, we're going to watch this first. We're going to talk about it more in my condensed review segment. Pause watching the video together. Okay, here we go. Or not. Let me get this back. All right. Okay, there we go. If this is the opening sequence, which is very Skyfall-like so far,
the past isn't dead.
We've already gotten a little better of Spectre. Because the opening sequence for Spectre was, again, a bit of a downgrade.
James, fate draws us back together. Now your enemy is my enemy.
His name is Safin.
And what does he want?
That's kind of cool looking.
Me.
When her secret finds its way out, it'll be the death of you.
What secrets?
You can imagine why I've come.
They always get me with that line.
There's a young lady in Santiago I want you to meet.
You're late.
When you're ready.
Meet Vesper lookalike.
I met your new 00. She's a disarming young woman.
I get why you shot him.
Yeah, well, everyone tries at least once.
James Bond.
We both eradicate people to make
This is such a beautifully shot movie. Look at all these. Oh.
Tidier.
And on top of that, you had such a stellar cast like with Rami Malek. Beautiful.
Have you ever flown one of these?
Nope.
Harder to tell the good from bad, villains from heroes these days.
What is it?
You don't know what this is. He's going to kill millions.
It's gonna be very action. Oh wow, that's beautiful.
There will be nothing left to save.
Gotta get those Bond women in there, right? These are killer action sequences, and I love it. This is what I wanted more of from Spectre. And yes, Spectre had action sequences. Like, again, I said with that opening sequence. If this sequence here with, like, the trapeze act... I don't know, it's not really trapeze, but you know what I mean. If that's the opening sequence, that's way better than Spectre. I know they were trying to do the whole one-shot thing. I know that was the big gimmick with it, but it just did not play off well. It really didn't. It was kind of like, okay, 1917 was a very good film. And that whole thing was one shot, and that was, again, beautiful movie, absolutely deserved the Oscars and stuff. But Spectre just it wasn't. It could have been way more action heavy, and on top of that, too, the villain, because it's kind of in sort of one of the next shots. Christoph Waltz, again, I don't buy him as like the overarching villain. I just don't. Rami Malek or Javier Bardem to me are more menacing figures than Christoph Waltz. Christoph Waltz, he's very down to earth, but it's just not intimidating, to me at least. But again, I'm not trying to berate the guy. Like, I've seen him in other things. He's a good actor. It's just him as Obenhauser, I don't buy that I'm the author of all your pain. I've been setting this whole thing up. I've got all the people of the past movies. They're all under my thumb. Just didn't see it. I really didn't. Although he did get that, like, the eye gash or whatever at the end of the movie, and that was fine. I was like, okay, makes you look at least a little more menacing, but performance-wise, there's a little room for improvement. Just saying. But beyond that, I'm very impressed. Rami Malek looks great. By the way, I still am interested in love of that mask. And the technology here, too. Like, we got this, like, mine thing? Bomb? I'm not sure exactly what it is. But beautifully done. This movie is so beautifully shot, by the way, with its action sequences. I'm so thrilled. Again, it's like Skyfall level. And that whole movie was like non-stop. Well, I mean, no, there were parts for like character development, but it never had that feeling of lighting up on the menace. Well, I wouldn't say this is exactly menacing, I would just say it's very action heavy. Kind of like Quantum of Solace, just better edited. As much as I liked Quantum of Solace, and I know that film had production issues, everybody, or most Bond fans probably know that at this point, just if you read up on the history of it. It's still I thought it was better than Spectre, to be honest with you. I did. Even though, again, there's obvious issues. The action sequence is way too many quick cuts. But at least it was intense. Spectre was just, again, kind of like, this is a really slow burn. And yes, there were good story points to connect everything. I just didn't care for it as much. Skyfall, again, coming out of Skyfall, and then to that, it was like, okay, you're kicking this up into high gear, and you're like, it's not really high gear, so to speak. But the majority of it, again, just looks great. Actually, really all of it. Everything looks beautiful. I mean, the shots look great. Even all the location shots. Like, look at this, like, mountainside, and then you get the Rami Malek. I believe it's his room here. Oh, look at all those bonsai trees. I think those are bonsai trees. I'm a sucker for those, and they look beautiful here. Oh, no kidding, you do things tidier. This whole set is just amazing. Oh, but like, you got the vehicle shot at the end, you've got the airplane, submarine thing. This whole film just looks amazing to me. I could not be more impressed with it. Second trailer. Hopefully we get a third, or we're probably going to get a final. I mean, I know they've changed the release date from November. Now it's a little bit later. We'll see if it sticks. Again, it's just a waiting game. And all of us Bond fans, we want this concluding chapter. We've been waiting long enough, I think. And nobody wants to buy the movie. We got all the headlines coming out by, like, Apple TV and all that stuff. Like, no one's buying this because they want too much money. And it's like, okay. Well, again, this is a big film. And why wouldn't you take it? I don't know. But I guess we're playing the waiting game. It's going to get boring. It's been boring for over a year now, but fine. What do you guys think about 007 No Time to Die? Of course, I will cover it in the future. There's ever another new trailer, which I'm anticipating there will be in advance of the release date. Probably a final trailer, maybe a couple TV spots. If so, maybe some international trailers. There's already been some coming up on the run. I will definitely look at those. Be on the lookout for more coverage if you're a Bond fan. I will cover them. But until that point, whenever that is, because again, time's a relative thing here. Don't forget to get stuff, but like and subscribe to that bell until we get to see those trailers. Whatever trailer we get to watch together next, I'll see you guys at that point. But for now, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves and fellow man. God bless. And peace.